Joe Boretsky, the head coach of the Hazleton Area High School boys and girls golf teams, joins us. So you had on the boys side, successful seasons all around for the boys and girls. Getting ready this week, they'll have the district individual tournament and then some golfers possibly moving on to states after that. But as a team, you have the boys run through the regular season undefeated, win a Wyoming Valley Conference championship. How they responded, and the girls too, they had a lot of success as well getting back to a district championship. They placed second in District 2, but several golfers having success individually at the pre-district tournament. Responding to all this, I know me on a daily basis, it's stressful with COVID and things going on. Your team had to respond to this and perform as well. Just talk about how they did throughout the regular season.
The girls had gotten, over the past 2-3 years, a lot of notoriety, starting the program 4 years ago. Building the program, having the success that they had with 2 trips to the state finals. They really, their season was pretty much the way every season goes. We were preparing the same way, doing the same things, and having somewhat the same successes. So from the girls' standpoint, there wasn't really much change except for the loss of Marin and Grace. And just having Isabella, my seniors, Isabella Ritz and Olivia Meisowitz stepping up into leadership roles, that change really was pretty smooth. Those girls did a great job making the change. And then some of the other girls stepping into the starting lineup and just filling in spots. The boys, on the other hand, that's where a lot of the excitement came this year and a lot of the credit. We have continued to build that program over the last 4 years. Winning division titles over the past 3, the goals were a little bit higher this year. We really wanted to get over the hump and win the conference and have a shot at the district title. And we were able to accomplish that this week. And with the conference championship, a big win over Dallas was successful. And then performance in the district finals.
So Isabella finished second last year, and then this year she wins, I believe, in the Wyoming Valley Conference, has that success. How have you seen her really grow throughout the years?
Yeah, she's a great athlete. Not only that, she's obviously a great student too. I think she's right there for valedictorian. So she knows how to handle adversity. She knows how to manage time. She knows how to set goals and try to achieve those goals. So For me, I'm real proud of her that she can do that and handle those things. But she's a very unique kid that can she goes about her day-to-day routine. So to see her do that, and for the other girls to really see that is pretty special.
I was impressed whenever I read about your boys team this year. Names off the top of my head, Joey Rebarchick, Connor Matteo, Jonathan Joseph. There's someone I'm leaving out, so please bring that up. But they seemed it was someone else. Like they were right there with each other all season long, and that seemed to be really exciting.
In the Wyoming Valley Conference, Logan Pacheski is probably the best player, one of the best players in the state. So there's no question Dallas had the best player, but I think we had the best team in the best team. Interchangeable parts with Jonathan Joseph, Joey Rebarchick, Colin Colsa, Connor Matteo, and Matt Singley. They're just interchangeable. You don't know who's going to step up when. Everybody had their chance at medalists, and everybody had the camaraderie on this team, and the chemistry on this team was just tremendous. And that's why we were having the success we were as a team.
I think Jacob Palermo was the other name I was trying to think of.
Jacob Palermo is, he had another great year coming into his junior year. He really had done a great job as well.
Just have 2 more questions, and one is sometimes I don't think golf athletes get the credit, especially in high school, for their season being so packed, especially this year, and having to bounce back. It's a mental game to begin with, but also mentally you have the district championships as a team last week, and you come up a little short there for the boys, and it's a quick turnaround to go and now individual, let's go. So that's I think something that gets overlooked sometimes, and you have to be pretty mentally tough.
I said it yesterday after the district finals. We came off such a high win on, Monday pre-districts, Tuesday conference championship, day off to just sort of get mentally prepared. We played great 9 holes in the district finals, but then the last 9 holes, I think mentally it wore us down a little bit. And there's no other sport in my eyes, that you have to just stay focused 100, and it's over a long period of time. You're talking about a 4-hour round of just, you're challenging yourself and all the other elements that are around you. It is a grind. So I think the high school golfer, correct, does not get the credit that they should as athletes. But I will say this, one of the things I always get from people out in the golf community is every one of them say, I probably should have played high school golf because it probably would have taught me a lot more, not only about life, but about the game of golf as well.
Last thing I want to close with, you mentioned Isabel Ritz up there with possibly valedictorian this year, very high in her class. Last year, I think you had Brian Bartle, who was valedictorian. Winning's become a tradition in this golf program. It seems like smarts and high GPAs are also a tradition.
Yeah, I will tell you this. One thing about our kids, we travel a lot together. We're going to district finals yesterday, and Joey Rebarchick, I think he had his chemistry book, and I remember going to a match this year, and Isabel was watching on her phone classes. And yeah, our kids are student athletes, and our GPAs, our kids are very, very disciplined, not only on the golf course, but in the classroom. I'm very proud of that. And I mean, obviously, I don't have anything to do with that. That's their own drive. But that just goes to show the type of kids that we're getting in the golf program. We mentioned, I don't know, 8, 10 of our players in the girls program. I also really want to make sure that you know that, there's 15, 20 other kids that are in our JV program that put in the time and effort. And we really try to make them be part of it. Although they're not the ones getting the accolades, they are the ones that are driving the top 10 players to get better. And they're getting a lot out of the program as well. And last thing I want to say is the golf courses in the area, the Sand Springs, the Edgewoods, Sugarloaf, and Valley Country Club, they are tremendous supporters of the golf program. USGL does a great job preparing these kids, teaching them fundamentals. And it is really, I always say it's a community type of sport where everybody contributes.
So I appreciate the time you took today to discuss the two teams.